So let's take a look at the translation homework for this is chapter 18, right? We're skipping that. It's the Hebrew here. Okay, so let's go over number 3 here. Let's do some practice reading, okay? Let me have you repeat after me first. So number 3, let's start with the first part. Vayhi, ba'erev, vayidrashu, hagiborim, et hanavi, velo zachar, otham. All right. So we have, first of all, vayhi, va, a under the vav. Is this a WCI or a WCP form? Va, a under the vav. Which one is that? WCIs. WCIs get a's under the vav. There should be a doubling dot here. Okay? There should be. It has gone away because that shava was a vocal shava. Do you remember that there was this thing called squinum levi or skinum levi, where these are representative of consonants: yod, vav, lamed, mem, nun, kof, and the S stands for sibilants, which are the consonants that hiss at you: sin, sheen, samik, and sadi. Okay, so sibs, not siblings, but sibilants. Anytime those have a vocal shava inside or under and a dagesh forte inside, which one of these goes away? The dagesh forte drops out. And then you'll frequently see that vocal shava becoming a silent shava. So that's what's happened here. This should have been vayahi with the doubling dot here. And because WCIs are supposed to have doubling dots, but that doubling dot got lost, okay? So that is a WCI. What is it signaling to me here? That this is what time frame? Past. And that's all that's there to tell you. It's followed by a prepositional phrase that is temporal. Temporal means time-related. What time relation is erev? Evening. Ba'erev? In the evening. Why are you saying the? There's no article here, is there? Oh, yes, you're right. This would have been ha'erev, and the article hey has been swallowed. The kametz of the article hey is still there. Okay, good. So you want to just start translating with in the evening, but which evening was it? Some past evening, right? So you're already set up with the WCI of haya here, vayhi, to know that that evening was past time. So in the evening, and then I have vayidrashu. Can you identify 3 root letters in this verb form? Yeah, dalet. Is it yod dalet resh? Yod dalet resh is yadar. If that's your root letters, then you're ending a shu. Do we have an ending shu? We don't, do we? If, on the other hand, it's dalet reshin, then my ending is not shu, but u, and my prefix is yod. Now that looks like something identifiable, doesn't it? Prefix yod, shurik at the end, that's what person, gender, number? 3MP. With the vav pathak doubling dot in the nutty prefix, that's a WCI 3MP. And what stem? Well, every time it's always the cal until we learn a new stem, right? So and then darash would be my 3 root letters. So that's how it parsed that. Okay. So what does darash mean? To seek. And is it a present or a past seeking if it's a WCI? It's past. So in the evening, who seeked? Who sought? They sought. Okay? Do I want to translate the vav here? In the evening and they sought? No. So whenever you have a v'haya or a vayehi with a prepositional phrase followed by the next verb form, don't translate that vav. Okay? So in the evening, they sought. Now, do I want to leave my subject as the pronoun they, or might I have a plural noun that I could use for my subject? Well, Hagiborim, is that plural?
Yes.
Is it masculine plural like the verb is? Yes, then maybe that's the subject. So how would I retranslate this? In the evening, the warriors sought. And whom did the warriors seek? Et Hanavi, the prophet. What's the et doing here? Yes. So they're playing hide and go seek where the prophet's hiding. And he's seeking the prophet, or they're seeking the prophet, right? As opposed to them playing hide and go seek, and the prophet's also looking around for someone else. In other words, I'm suggesting that the et here is the direct object marker, not the preposition with, which it could be as well, given the form all by itself. And then it would mean something like, in the evening, the warriors and the prophet sought. Or the warriors along with the prophet sought, but then our problem is there's no direct object. And that's a good reason not to take the et as the preposition with, but rather as the direct object marker, or the sign of the accusative. So the warriors sought the prophet. Velo zahar otam? Okay, so but, did not, zahar, remember. Now parse that zahar. That's a cal what? Perfect. We know it's not imperfect because there's no nutty prefix, right? How do we know it's not a WCP? That uses perfect formations. There's no vav, right? WCPs have a vav in front of the perfect form. We don't have that. So yeah, so this is just a regular old cal perfect. And then with no ending, the cal perfect is 3ms. So who's the subject of this? Who's the he? The prophet, that's right. So the warrior sought the prophet, but he, the prophet, did not remember otam, them. What's the ot part here doing? Yeah, that's the marker of the direct object, or the sign of the accusative. What's the part? That's the 3mp suffix, right? So that's the them part. So he did not remember them. Okay, good. What's happened here? I had a sequential set of this WCI, this WCI. Why did I not continue with another WCI? Because I broke the sequential chain of events with a statement of what didn't happen, right? And so I have a vav with a lo, and I revert to the perfect, still past time, but this is what he didn't do. And then if I were to continue the narrative, it would be a WCI form. But he did eat a hamburger with them, or something like that. Not a pork burger, for sure, but maybe a hamburger. An all-beef hamburger, not a ham burger. Okay. Other questions here?
Number 1, sir.
Yeah, let's look at number 1. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just highlight the verbs here. Pakad, verb. Vayikbots, verb. Okay, and that's it. So how many clauses do I have here? I have 2 clauses, right? Notice the first one starts with what? A perfect or an imperfect? Perfect. Good. The second one with a WCI. So what time frame are these going to be? Past. Excellent. Good. So what does pakad mean? Appoint or visit. Okay? And sometimes we just have to read the rest of the sentence to know which one of those is going to be the better translation. Let's go with appoint for a minute. Who did the appointing? This is the cal perfect with no ending, so it's what? 3ms. So I've got a possible subject noun here, but it's plural, but of course that's an honorific plural that is still singular in sense, right? So God appointed et hanavi The prophet. And this et is marking this definite direct object. So God appointed the prophet. Vayikbots. What's the person gender number of that WCI? We know that's a WCI of Vav Pathak doubling dot, right? Prefix Yod, but no ending, so that's 3MS. Okay? Is Hanavi masculine singular? So I might have verb subject here, right? So, and the prophet, what? What's kavatz mean? To gather or to collect. So the prophet gathered, past time. Now, I have hahu after hanavi. Ha, ha. So this looks like some kind of an attributive use of something, right? The prophet, that. So I'm going to translate this as that prophet gathered. And what did he gather? Maybe a direct object marker here. Gathered B'nai HaNavi'im. Okay, yep. Is that Canadian here? Sarah Yod? A? Then that's masculine plural construct, right? Do I want to say the sons or just sons? The sons. How do I know it's definite? I can never put the article on the construct, so how do I know it's definite? That's right. You've got a definite direct object marker, and in the construct chain, thing 2 is definite, isn't it? And that makes thing 1 definite. So yes. And so that prophet gathered the sons of Hanavi'im. What's that? Yeah, it's plural. So Hanavis become Hanavi'im. So the sons of the prophets. Okay. Good. Good.
Dr. Marshall, how do you know that 8 is not with being used as a preposition, and then the phrase before it would be the direct object in that case? So God gathered that prophet with the sons of the prophets. Why would you choose that?
Okay. Yeah, that's a good question. And that's actually, it's a fair one as well. So if we go back to the beginning, God appointed the prophet, right? And possibly God gathered that prophet with the sons of the prophets. And that is certainly a possible reading. In prose, you do almost always have the definite direct object marker in front of your direct object. So if this were the direct object, I would have expected it. But it isn't absolutely required. So it is possible that could be the direct object too. I will tell you, though, that in narrative, when you have strings of events where people are interacting with one another, it is not uncommon for one participant to be the subject of one vayiktul, and then the participant that one interacts with then responds and is the subject of the next one, and then it goes back to the first one, and then back to the other one, and it's because it's an interactive, thing going on. But your scenario is not impossible. Is there another question? Did I see a hand? Okay. Yeah. All right. We have time for maybe one more. Is there any one of these also that gave you some fits? Okay. We got number 7. So again, let me highlight the verbs here. One of the things that is the case with WCIs and WCP forms is that you can't really see them unless you see them in sequences of clauses, right? So these exercises of necessity will have to be a little bit longer because you need to have more than one clause to see a sequence, right? And so, but that's why I'm just quickly highlighting these so that you can see. Here we have 3 clauses, each with verbs beginning them. Tir kavu is from rachav. What does rachav mean? To ride. Prefix tav and shurik on the end, that's imperfect, which person, gender, number? 2MP, okay? If it's imperfect, it's possibly future, right? Possibly future. So it'll be something like, you men will rachav, you will ride, el hamachane, or el hamilchama. Sorry, I got my words mixed up. Yeah, you will ride to the battle. This is either future, as in predictive, or it's kind of instructional. Like, I'm going to give you a series of things that you should be doing. The imperfect could be used either way. So you will ride to the battle, and then I have u lakatem. Now, let's go ahead and go with the future orientation, or the imperfect is future. Now I have u lakatem. I don't have any nutty prefixes here. I just have a vav, and then I have the perfect conjugation suffixes, right? So this tells me this is very likely a WCP given that I started with an imperfect first, right? And I'm going to translate this as future as well then. So who's doing the lakating? Tem is, it's 2MP in the perfect conjugation, right? So it's y'all will lakad. What's lakad? Capture. So y'all will capture et ha'oyevim. Y'all will capture whom? An oyev is an enemy. So how many enemies? It's masculine plural, right? So y'all will capture the enemies. U suraftem. There's another vav in front of the 3 root letters, so no nutty prefix. And this is the perfect personal ending for the same 2MP, right? So, and y'all, this is a WCP though. Y'all will. We're going to give that future time as well because the imperfect was future. And y'all will saraf. What's that mean? Y'all will burn et hamachane, the camp, direct object. Okay? So notice, y'all will ride, and y'all will capture, and y'all will burn. Imperfect followed by WCP, followed by WCP. Okay? So that's how they hang together.